The Bengals just beat the Broncos, and I also found out that the CIA released this document called Mars Exploration from May 22nd of 1984. And instead of me just reading this to you like a bedtime story, to make it interesting, every time I mess up a word, I'm going to take a drink, and I am very illiterate. Starts off with method of site acquisition, sealed envelope coupled with geographic coordinates. The sealed envelope was given to the subject immediately prior to the interview. The envelope was not opened until after the interview. In the envelope was a 3x5 card with the following information. The planet Mars, time of interest approximately 1 million years ago. BC, sorry. Selected geographic coordinates provided by the parties requesting the information were verbally given to the subject during the interview. The whole idea is that they're interviewing someone that has mind powers, telekinesis, bending spoons, making it hard with just a thought, stuff like that. And the envelope is supposed to help him reveal information. Alright, now, using the information in the envelope I've provided exclusively, focusing your attention now. Using the information in the envelope, focus on 40.89 degrees north, 9.55 degrees west. I want to say it looks like, I don't know, it sort of looks, I kind of got an oblique view of a pyramid or a pyramid form. It's very high. It's kind of sitting in a large depressed area. All right. It's yellowish. Ochre colored. All right. Move in time to the time indicated in the envelope I've provided you and describe what's happening. I'm tracking severe clouds, more like dust storm. It's geologic problem. Seems to be like a, just wait a minute. I've got to iron this out. It's really weird. He's like one of those psychic people you see on the late night TV shows. Just report your raw perceptions at this time. You're still early in the session. I'm looking at after effect of a major geologic problem. Okay, go back to the time before the geologic problem. Total difference. It's before there's no I don't know. Oh hell. It's like mountains of dirt appear and then disappear when you go before. See, large flat surfaces, very this guy says a lot of smooth angles, walls. They're really large though. I mean, they're megalithic. All right. At this period in time now, before the geologic activity, look around in and around this area to see if you can find any activity. I'm seeing, it's like a perception of a shadow of people. Very tall, thin. It's only a shadow. It's as if they were there and then they're not. It was there and they're not there anymore. Go back to a period of time where they are there. Mumble. It's like I get a lot of static on a line and everything. It's breaking up all the time. Very fragmentary pieces. Professor X is just beating off around the bush real hard right now. Just report the raw data. Don't try to put things together. Just report the raw data. I just keep seeing very large people. They appear thin and tall, but they're very large. Wearing some kind of strange clothes. All right, now holding in this time period, I want to move from your physical location in space to another physical location, but in this time period, move now to 46.45 north, 353.22 east. Moving this time to 46.45 north, 353.22 east. Deep inside of a cavern. Not a cavern, more like canyon. I'm looking up the sides of a steep wall that seemed to go on forever. And there's like a structure with it's like the wall of the canyon itself has been carved. Again, I'm getting a very large structures. No intricacies, huge sections of smooth stone. Do the structures have insides and outsides? Yes, it's like a rabbit warren? I've never heard that word. I don't know what that is. Corners of rooms, they're really huge. I don't feel like I'm standing in one. It's just really huge. Perception is that the ceiling is very high, walls very wide. Real time plus 22 minutes. Yes, that would be correct. All right. I'd like to move now to another location nearby. All right. Now move from this point to this time. This point in time to... All right. Move from this point in time... Oh my God, I messed up again. Move from this point in this time to these coordinates. I'm not reading those numbers. They have appears to be the end of a very large road, and there's a marker thing that's very large. Keeps getting Washington Monument overlay. It's like an obelisk. All right, from this point then, let's move to another point. So basically they're having him hop around like he's playing hopscotch or something. And he's hopping around to all these different places on the planet Mars about 1 million years before Christ. So a long time ago, he's peeking back, pulling back the curtain on a completely different planet. So now he says, it's like I'm in the middle of a huge circular basin of the Range Mountains by almost all the way around. Very ragged mountains. Very, very tall. Basin's very large. Scale seems to be off or something. It's just really big. Everything's big. I understand the problem. Just continue. See just a right angle corner to something, but that's all. I don't see anything else. Okay, then let's move into a little different place. Very close. Move from the point you are now in this time to 34.6 north, 213.09 east. And then he repeats it. The cluster of squares up and down, it's like you want to make them square away. It's like you want to make them square anyway. They're almost flush with the ground, and it's like they're connected. Something very white or reflects of light. Yeah, I said that right. What's your position of observation as you look at this thing that reflects light? I'm amid a oblique left angle. Sun is weird. Yeah, the sun is weird, man. Who's the sun think he is, floating around in the sky, being all hot and flamey and shit and massive? What does he think he is, being the center of the solar system? Who does that guy think he is? Look back down at the ground now, and we're going to move just a little bit from this place. Just a little bit from this place. Very close by. Now move over to there. It's like I can just perceive like a radiating pattern of some kind. It's like some really strange intersecting kind of roads that are dug into valleys, you know, where a road is just a little below the edge. Tell me about the shapes of these things. They're like real neat channels, cuts. They're very deep. It's like the road went down. Yeah, I can't even put together anything that he's saying right now in like a logical sense. Okay, now I notice electrically you're nulled out a little bit, and I want you to stay deep and recapture your focus here. It's really tough. It seems like it's just always very sporadic. I realize that. It's very important that you maintain your focus. I have a movement exercise again for you, and this is... fuck! Movement exercise again for you, and this is some considerable distance away. So holding the focus in time, remember the focus in time that you had before moving to now. 15 degrees north, 198 degrees east. Take some time and get back deep. That's what she said. See the intersecting, whatever these are adequate. These rounded bottom carved channels like road beds. See pointed tops of something on the horizon. Even the horizon looks funny and weird. It's like different, misty. Like it's really far away, very vague. Okay, another movement now to 80 degrees south, 64 degrees east, 64 degrees east. Move now and this time to the same thing. See pyramids. Can't tell if it's overlay or not because they're different. Everything's different. Wow, what would you know? It's like we're on a different fucking planet or something. Everything's different. Okay, do these pyramids have insides and outsides? Got both. And they're huge. Everything's huge. Everything's different. Everything's strange. Ooh, it's really an interesting perception I'm getting. I think that he's losing his ability to move accurately, but is attracted to things that are interesting. So we're going to go with his own. We're going to let him go ahead and explore what seems to be interesting to him rather than move on the targets indicated here. Filtered from storms or something. Say that again, sub. They're like sheltered. They're like shelters from storms. These structures you're seeing? Yeah, they're designed for that. So they're designed for Mars storms. My nose is running. All right, go inside one of these and find some activity to tell me about. Different chambers, but they're almost stripped of any kind of furnishings or anything. It's like a strictly functional place for sleeping, or that's not a good word. hibernations, some form. I get real raw inputs, storms, savage storm, and sleeping through storms. If he says storm one more time, he might just have a bingo. Tell me about this one. That's one down. Very tall again, very large people, but they're thin. They look thin because of their height, and they dress like in, oh hell, it's like a real light silk, but it's not flowing type of clothing. It's like cut to fit. Move close to one of them and ask them to I have a drink left. Move close to one of them and ask them to tell you about themselves. They're ancient people. They're dying. It's past their time or age. Now we're getting to the good stuff, baby. Ancient race of aliens on Mars, a million years before Christ. This is the juicy bits. This is the balls we've been looking for. Tell me about this. They're very philosophic about it. They're looking for a way to survive, and they just can't. Plus 40 minutes, definite voltage reversal. Can't seem to get their way out. They can't seem to, I can't seem to see because there's hair in my eye. They can't seem to find their way out. So they're looking, cut me a break. They're hanging on while they look or wait for something to return or something coming with the answer. What is it they're waiting for? There evidently was a group or a party of them that went to find a new place to live. It's like I'm getting all kinds of environment. It's failing very rapidly, and this group went somewhere, like a long way to find another place to live. So basically what we're doing with trying to move to Mars. Interesting. What was the cause of the atmospheric disturbance or the environment disturbance? I see a picture of like, oh hell, it's almost like a warp in a, oh god, this is difficult. It's like going, let's see. Jesus Christ. Sounds like you're having a seizure. He sounds like me trying to speak, and I'm drunk trying to talk like this. The raw data? Oh, I get a globe. It's like, or it's through a river or something, but it's all very cosmic. It's like space pictures. Okay, now it sounds like he huffed some fucking galaxy gas before he came in that interview. All right, now, before you leave this individual, ask him if there's any way that you... Ask him if he knows who you are, and is there any way you can help him in his present predicament? All I get is that they must wait. Doesn't know who I am. Think he perceives I'm a hallucination or something. Okay, when the others left, these people are waiting. When the others left, how did they go? Get an impression of a... Don't know what the hell it is. It looks like the inside of a larger boat. Very rounded walls and shiny metal. A flying saucer! That's literally just a stereotypical flying saucer. Go along with them on their journey and find out where it is they go. So this dude can literally do everything. He's just like literally just God. Impression of a really crazy place with volcanoes and gas pockets and strange planets. Very volatile place. It's very much like going from the frying pan into the fire. Difference is there seems to be a lot of vegetation where the other place did not have it. And different kinds of storm. Alright, it's time to come back now to the sound of my voice into present time to right now, the 22nd of May 1984. 1984? Oh, this is Orwellian now. This changes everything. The sound of my voice. Move now back to the room, back to the sound of my voice, back further now to the sound of my voice on the 22nd of May 1984. End of interview. So that was an interview all the way back in the ancient times, the year of our Lord, the year that the Nokia was invented, 1984. But you know, I don't know exactly if this is a complete. This is definitely not CIA admitting that there are aliens out there. It's an interview they did with someone who I guess they believe has psychic powers, or it says they have psychic powers. Regardless, the CIA must have like believed in his abilities enough to do the interview and go through this little activity. So it's a fun read, fascinating to look through and think about. But other than that, until the aliens come to rescue us from this planet and take us to Mars, I'll catch you in the next one.